Hey guys, and welcome back for today's college basketball pick video play. There's some really intriguing matchups on the board here today for Tuesday's action, December 10th, 2019. If you're interested in getting all of our picks for today, you can check those out over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down at the top of the video description. So heading into this one, I'm going to be talking about this matchup here between the Louisville Cardinals and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Give our lean on where we think the better value is in this one against the spread, with the Cardinals coming in as favorites, giving 7 points. Now, when I initially saw this spread with Louisville giving 7 points to Texas Tech, I thought it might even be a true road game, but this is going to be a neutral site affair at Madison Square Garden. Now, coming into the season, we didn't think Texas Tech was going to be as dangerous as maybe what their preseason rankings might have suggested, and a lot of that is probably just predicated on what the Red Raiders were able to accomplish last season, but they lost key players. We don't expect the Red Raiders to be nearly as dangerous as they were last year, and we're already seeing that right out of the gate, where they are 5-3 overall, and they're actually coming into this one on a 3-game losing streak, falling to Iowa Creighton as well in their last outing at DePaul. And Texas Tech, they don't have anything in the way of really great wins either. Their 5 victories all coming at home against a very manageable mid-major opponent. So their opponent here today, Louisville, they've gotten off to a tremendous start. They're 9-0. They opened things up with a nice win in conference at Miami. Not exactly sure why the AC had that opening situation right out of the gate in conference play, but then outside of that, some other nice wins along the way for the Cardinals, taking down Western Kentucky, Michigan, Pittsburgh, another conference win for them, which was in their last outing by a final of 64-46. And Louisville, they don't necessarily have the highest tiered offensive attack on a consistent basis, but they bring that defensive effort every single game. They're 15th in the nation in points allowed, and Jordan Nwora, the forward for the Cardinals, he's been putting up a lot of points every single game. He's averaging over 20 points per contest, putting up 21.6 points per game. We really like what we've been seeing out of the Cardinals. We actually took them against the spread in their recent home matchup against Michigan, given the tough circumstances that was surrounding that particular game for the Wolverines with the travel that they were dealing with, coming off of playing so many games in a row at an invitational and then having to go on the road to take on Louisville. But that was a game where the Cardinals had a really strong defensive showing, taking down Michigan by a final of 58-43, and then another strong defensive performance in their last outing, as well at home, taking down Pittsburgh by a final of 64-46. This has lower scoring matchup potentially written all over it, and maybe the under is something to consider. And the fact that it could be lower scoring might make it more difficult to cover a spread of this magnitude, but the fact that we haven't really liked what we've seen out of Texas Tech so far this year, and the fact that Louisville has been really strong, moving up to being ranked number 1 in the nation on the neutral site, we are going to go ahead, side with Louisville to win and cover this manageable 7-point spread as the better value bet. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. And you can check out all of our college basketball picks over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked at the top of the video description.